Sorry, Willow, I forgot to ask, how did you do in school?
I got quite similar GCSEs. I think you had like 1 A star, quite a lot of A's, and then just some B's. In school, like in terms of like disruptiveness or whatever, I was thrown out a lot. Like detentions did happen a lot, but I think the teachers did like me though, because they saw that I was like, I would do good work, but it was just, if I decided I didn't like something, like in French, I just would not. I'm like, I'm not doing it, sorry. And I'd be quite honest with my French teacher. She'd throw me out and she'd be like, why aren't you focusing? I'd be like, I just don't like French, miss, sorry. And she's like, okay, fair enough. Yeah. It's like just very blunt to the point. So
really
it's like
understandable.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why don't you like it?
And you've just been an adult. So I think at school, like, I did well at the things I liked. If I didn't like them, didn't do well at them, and just accepted that.
I was always kind of driven by I think my parents were always like, you know, like they instilled in me never quit. Never quit. Even if I hated something, I would never quit. You know, I still won't. I'm a very resilient person. It's probably why most of my relationships ends in flames when it really burns to the ground, not when it's quite obvious it's not going to work. Anyway, point isn't. It's about. Oh God, there was something you said there that I couldn't.
So I was talking about like teachers respect saying.
Yeah, I mean, I was never really like that. I always wanted to kind of come towards an end game, but I would always ignore the fact that I'd fucked stuff up because I wasn't interested in it and think of it as just having a bad day or something like that, because I knew that I was clever. But like chemistry, for example, I mean, my chemistry teacher told me that he once was on his knees begging me to understand the concept of a covalent bond in front of the whole class, which was hilarious for everybody else. But the truth is I did not get it because it was fucking boring. You know, like I just didn't get it. And he was like, but he told me that if I got an A in chemistry, he would let me blow up his entire classroom and teach me how to do it. And he was one of my favourite teachers, Mr. Loader, top lad. Loved him.
Good lad.
Really good guy. But yeah, I mean, that was kind of the relationship I had with teachers, was it was they loved me. They really did. A lot of them did. Because
they saw you weren't being like some kids are just nasty and disrupt for disruption's sake, but you're just doing it because it's who you are, and they know
a bit of character, a little bit of love, and a lot of energy and goodness. And I think that as a teacher as well, teaching kids like that, they were always my favourites. I loved them so much, like so much. There was these kids who used to jump up. Like I had this class on last lesson on a Friday. I was exhausted. I'd done 45 of these lessons in a fucking row. I was dead. And I would get in there, and at one point I was just, you know, like that point where you're like, fuck it, I'm going to go blunt. You know, it's like I'm going in and I'm not lubing this one up. You know, like, sorry, too far. But that's it. That's another thing. Where's the fucking line? Why does no one tell you where the line is until you don't?
But who creates the line?
Who the fuck is in charge of the line? Like, fuck you and your offended little sensibilities, Snowflake. I went out with a girl who was like, the line is everywhere. And like, she was trapped by the line.
But I think that's very interesting that you mentioned that. I think like people that don't have ADHD kind of know where the line is just through social cues, and we can read, okay, I can't go that far. But I guess with you, like I've known you for like a long time, and it's just like you always push that line. Like I remember,
I don't know where it is. I can't see it.
I remember like 2 years ago, me and you went to one of our friends' wedding. And he was like, I think he had to like give you instructions of what not to do at this wedding.
Can't do anything in an arranged wedding.
Yeah.
Not in front of the bride.
He's with his family, his religious family, and he's just like, he was worried about you, and he had another friend that's sort of like you as well.
Yeah,
and
he got pulled over.
Yeah, and he's like...
Quiet word was had, and then he told us where the free bar was.
Yeah. I think the rest of us, he's like, I know you guys could switch your personality, tone it down a little bit, but Les...
Me and a guy called Crazy Pete, which is a bit insulting.
Yeah. Levy knew that you have no control over your personality. You can't tone it down. Cycling.
Go on.
Yeah, so it was just interesting like that. So yeah, I think ordinary people sort of just know where that boundary is. You just don't know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to tell us outright what the fuck's going on. I mean, like, you know, it's not that we're trying to upset anybody, but if you laugh while I'm talking, or if you're entertained by me, then I'll continue to try to entertain you.
It actually hypes you up a bit as well, so it's just like, oh, okay, let's go.
But then the thing is, though, that mental exhaustion, this is what happens at parties, but I've noticed it at the party, last party I was at with you, was I would tell stories and I'd make everyone laugh, and then after that, I'm like, okay, well, my role is done. I've done with my audience, and then I just retreat to my phone, and it looks like I'm not interested in them.
Oh, no, you get exhausted.
I'm just mentally exhausted. I'm just like, I'm just going to retreat to somewhere safe and text somebody back. You know, that was the kind of thing that was happening.
I find that I actually need breaks at parties. I enjoy not being centre of attention, but I enjoy telling a story. But actually, I'm like, okay, I just need 5 minutes, just be like, oh, that was quite a lot, but that was nice, and then go back and you enjoy it a lot more than being like constantly just barraged all the time. Because it is overstimulation, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like lots of things going on, and you hear every single one of them. I'm listening to 3 conversations at the same time.
Yes.
And like your social butterfly, because it's like, oh, that one's more interesting than what's going on over here, and you realise you've been rude.
You're constantly thinking, actually, is there sort of like, oh, should I go there? Should I go there? You're not actually.
Mate, I could not get through my student union to get to the toilet. It took me half an hour. It was a 30-second walk. It would take me half an hour because there'd be loads of conversations. I'd know everybody because I'd gone and butted in on their conversations randomly in Freshers Week. So I know everyone a little bit, but not that well, except for my core group, who I was so loyal to. That's the other thing. With ADHD, you are loyal. Like, there's loyalty in there's like us.
Like, I remember going on nights out with you. Like, you're quite talkative. You just like, we just see you. You just be talking to a group of strangers, and that was what's going on there.
I'd accidentally chat people up at the bar. I used to get in trouble with that a lot. Thank you for saving my ass on a few of those. Because Marlon, I don't know if you can see, he's 6'7",
6'6".
6'6". So I'd be at the bar getting a round of drinks because Marlon used to follow me around.
Well, I was in the same group with you.
Yeah. So no. We did the my pint, your pint thing. So it was like every time I went near a bar, Marlon's like, "There's something in it for me."
Yeah. So we used to live together, and we used to like go out together with about a group of probably 10 people. Yeah. I wasn't just following Les around.
It would have looked a little bit like the old colonial days. This is my servant. He's huge. He's fantastic. I love him.
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days. Yeah, back in the day, I was not even alive for, so you can't call me racist. It's a historical.
In my grandfather's day.
My granddad, we were gardeners. I don't know. Someone tried that shit with me the other day. It's like, yeah, you've come from a family of racists. I'm like, they were gardeners in Cornwall. Probably. What do you fucking want?
They just have some employees that work for them for free.
Well, I'm sorry, but the name Steed must have been either A, we got huge dicks, which I hope it was, or B, it was like the fact that we were stable people. So obviously we've never really been that high up. I mean, a few of my relatives were commanders in the Navy.
Unfortunately, I've seen you naked, so I doubt you were.
Well, I've seen you naked, and it wasn't that impressive either. So, I was sitting there, I was like, well, there isn't a stereotype. Okay, so...
Anyway.
The line people. What was the question? What were we talking about before we got on to who's got a bigger penis?
That's clearly me, but I mean...
Shut up. Probably, actually, I don't know. I mean, it's just... Okay, too much of questions. But yeah, I'd be at the bar, and I'd just get chatting to the girl next to me, because there was somebody around me, and the boyfriend would always come in, like, he was always an ugly fuck, but probably a bit bigger than me, be like, yeah, what are you trying to say? Hey, why don't you talk to both of us? Kind of thing, like the jealous bullshit you get at uni. And Marlon would be coming along, I was like, is there a problem? Apparently not.
Actually,
suddenly never.
Actually never said anything.
Yeah, he just stood there
over me. He's like,
I didn't even know what was going on. I was just standing there. And
his little red man glasses with a little rose along them, because you can see through that shit. Look like you're going around with shutters on. Fucking twat.
Yeah. I was cool. I was very cool.
Mate, I got the pictures. We were not cool.
I was always cool, man.
Yeah, I was fucking wasted most of it.
I showed the pictures of me back in uni. I probably put it up in this video.
Don't.
And I showed my sister-in-law, and she's like, "You look like Will Smith in that Fresh Prince." Like,
shit! You didn't have hair back then either. There's us going around with the fucking hair that made us look like parrots. Where you got the emo fringe, and then you got the spiked up hair.
Really?
Yeah, it was 2000. Yeah, it was 2010s, mate. It was on.
Oh my god.
I had hair, but nobody ever saw my head. I always wore a hat.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. That's why they took my hair away. They were like, "You
had hair when I met you."
I had hair.
Did you?
Yeah.
I can't imagine you with hair.
Yeah, I was wearing a hat every time you saw me.
Well, that's probably why. Why is my voice like this?
I don't know.
Anyway, right, we're talking too much. Come on.
But so I used to wear a hat, and then they're like, "Yeah, you don't need hair." So
you don't need it. Take it away.
They decided, like,
Who decided that for you?
Yeah, they decided. They're like,
who's they?
They. God.
You've got a better hairline than me, though.
It's weird. I still have a hairline, but my hair's thin. It's weird. Really weird.
Male pattern baldness.
Yeah.
It comes
really
out
weird.
It comes out.
I've got a great hairline.
Yeah, I look like an egg in photos now, but in reality, I'm not that bad.
Yeah. It's weird. My hairline did not move. Just my hair just went.
So weird. So weird. Anyway, right, we're getting on to a different topic. Let's get back to ADHD. This is the most YouTube thing we're ever going to do.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed our video. Please do like and subscribe.